first arrive, you think to yourself, wow, this is brown. But then it only takes just a spoonful of hummus, and suddenly you've done this, and you're not going to Israel.
We hit the ground running. A man we'd met in Europe had told us about some secret, little-known hot springs. We asked around in Amman and no one knew anything, until finally we asked one taxi driver. He glanced over his shoulder and gave us a single curt nod.
Made a deal with a taxi driver in Amman to drive us to the hot springs for a fixed price.
So we've been in the car now for about an hour and we're somewhere in the hills east of the Dead Sea. We have no idea where we are or actually even where we're going. So we start inquiring, like, we've been on the road for a while, do you know where we're going? And then he jerks the car over to the side of the road.
Says, okay, I'm doubling the price. Get out of his taxi or pay him double, which we didn't have. So we got out of his taxi in the middle of nowhere.
So there we were, but where were we? Certainly not the secret hot springs. We were starting to question whether they even existed. The man who had told us about them in the first place was at least 70 years old and had a woman's name. I think it was Candace, so... We paid that taxi driver up front. Bad idea. Zero chill dude. So we had no money, no phones, no ride, and no idea where we were. But we'd come this far, so go big or go home. Or just go anywhere.
Oh, they're not stopping. Oh. A car would drive by maybe every 20 minutes, if we were lucky.
So we started putting our thumb out and asking any cars that would drive by
If they had heard of these hot springs or if they could drive us in the general direction of them.
Stood under a yellow stoplight, 25th and C. On my right was a pink desert moonrise, on the other was a cold blue sea. And neither one made much of a difference in me. But either way, my eyes looked tired and lonely.
So, turns out those guys had never heard of the hot springs either, but they dropped us off further down the road, where they said we'd run into more cars.
So then from up on my perch, I see something coming, and it's not good. Boyishly handsome a la Mario Lopez, absolutely, but good, no.
You have money? No money?
We didn't. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
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 Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Where from?
California?
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks.
My name's Musab, police.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
And I go to on the Dead Sea.
Uh-huh.
On the car on the stop, tourist police on the stop, and I go to on the Dead Sea, okay?
What?
Car, you on the Dead Sea, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, we're waiting for a car.
We're waiting to get a ride there.
To go to on the Dead Sea.
To the Dead Sea, yeah.
Yes.
So we'll just wait here.
Are we okay?
No on the walk on the Dead Sea.
No,
No walk.
we're not walking.
No, we're not walking.
No.
We're waiting for a ride, for a car. We're trying to get to the place where you can go to the hot springs that you don't have to pay.
I don't understand.
Okay.
Hot springs, but zero JD.
No, no JD. No JD.
For what?
The policeman, okay,
Oh,
and the
I think he's offering
drivers
to
and
take
the
us.
go-to and the Dead Sea. No JD.
Oh,
think
you mean you? Oh, a ride with you?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. No problem.
we don't have. Okay, wow. Okay, cool.
Where to go? On the stop and the car.
Oh, they're coming?
Yeah.
Oh!
They were definitely not coming, and we quickly realized that they weren't really anyone in particular. But after 40 minutes of very small talk, a man pulled over and offered to drive us to the Dead Sea, and Mossab was kind enough to take down his information, so if we were killed, at least they would know who did it. We weren't even actually trying to go to the Dead Sea. We were still trying to find the hot springs, but we figured we'd have more luck if we had more than 5 people an hour to ask.
From there, 3 guys who I think were about 20 stopped, and they were randomly going to these hot springs anyways. They were in their swim trunks. So we park along the side of the road, and the 3 guys start leading us up the dirt hills through the trails.
We have no idea where we're really going.
So we arrive at this dead-end, like, dinky pool, and we're like, wah, wah. But as it were, we actually had to go into the dinky pool and then climb down a series of boiling hot waterfalls. It was so hot and super salty. It was actually essentially miso soup. Somehow along the way, we had joined forces with this gang of teenage boys, and it was great. They were cracking jokes, everyone was laughing. It was like Sandlot, except we didn't know what anyone was saying. And we were women, the only women.
There were no girls at all, not even little girls. So we're starting to wonder, like, okay, should we be here? I'm not sure. So this all leads to the 5 of us sitting in a circle in the pool. And there's 50 to 100 kids, boys, lining the cliffs with their cell phones.
We're like, we made a huge mistake. We need to get out of here.
Who called the cops?
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a beat.